spending $9 there, and then another $8 for the finder fees, I guess. Julian, are you back?
I'm back. Sorry, I've had some strange computer issues this morning, so sorry.
Yeah, I just went over a couple of the different options they talked about for hosting. You know, keeping a membership, giving the commission, giving half the commission, or and then the $8 finder fee that they do for the study, MetaPower study.
You get to decide how to do it. That's what I love about doTERRA.
They also often would give a booking gift. So you sign up right now for a date to host a class, go home with this gift right now. And then it sounded like another gift when they actually complete hosting. Gift or commission or something.
And one idea, because I've done a class where the lady made about 5 different kinds of food, and they couldn't wait to get done with the class because they were having a food party and doing all this food and stuff. And we don't want that. We don't want make it about anything but the oils. And so they said something they give people as they're going to host is a boxed brownie box and a little dram of peppermint to make peppermint brownies, and say, this is what you can make for dessert. Simple. And here you go.
Oh my God. I have been using cinnamon and peppermint in my coffee. So we have the Keurig and we have the little frother, milk, 2 drops of cinnamon, 2 drops of peppermint, and it's like a peppermint mocha.
Wow, that's awesome.
So yeah, I feel like that would be the way I'd go.
So that's the thing, you get to do whatever you want to do, and it's just so cool. So I would suggest see if she's up for doing a class, because you prefer that. Let's do a class and bring in other people and fresh blood, and let's get some. So maybe that for you. You know what I mean. No, you need to reach into her market, and then you could say, I'll give you $10 for every person that's at the class towards your kit. Or every person that enrolls, I'll give you, $10 towards every person that enrolls to go towards your kit. And then that'll help pay for your kit.
That's true.
You just do whatever you want and however you want it. So okay. I love it. Okay, we're going to cover just a few more things here. Don't know what happened to Patty. I thought we were expecting Patty. But...
Yeah, she tried that.
Okay, we are going to go back to this form, and what you've got is a reminder. So before their consult, you're checking in with them. Make sure they have their wellness packet and enrollment order. Make sure that if it's a Zoom, that you've sent them the link 2 hours before. Just reminders. And then once you're there, it gives you, make sure you cover these details, their wellness plan, teach them how to use a reference book. Gee, thanks. Okay. So the thing I love about this little list under Wellness Consult is it's all the things I normally do, but I have never written them down.
You really? I have a checklist because I don't know.
I just trust myself. I'm like, I'll remember all these things. I'm used to it. I've done it enough times. I'm good. But I love having them written down. Check, check, check. You just make sure they get done. And so it's really good. And then they go the next step, long-term follow-up. Now let's make sure they get continuing education information. Check in with them again after their wellness consult. Add a customer care text or email campaign. And then check in with them, check in with them, check in with them. And then ask them to host. And 4 to 6 months of consistent ordering. Then you might want to follow up with them about being a business consultant. I just think it sets it out. You're just like, okay, check, check.
That's a great thing, thing to follow.
And you have it for every person. So you can go, I did this with them.
Yeah, so I love that.
Her method,
the way I have it on my sheets, it's just, I love technology, but there's some things that I honestly just prefer on paper, and it's just easier for my brain to get things done when it's on paper or it's something I can write down. And I love this. So I would definitely love the link for this.
Good, good. Okay, in the upper right-hand corner, now we don't approach our continuing education this way. They do these 8 classes and then send them a gift if they attend those 8 classes. However, we do have I Love Oils. Yep. And so we have this I Love Oils on Sherry's webpage, which is a list of 30 classes. And I've thought rather than do this, hello, cutie pie. I thought rather than do this, I would say to them, hey, if you want to go and watch 8 classes and learn some more, I'll give you a gift. Because to me, that's on their own. They're taking care of that. I could also say if you want to attend, 8 of our continuing education courses. I just wouldn't list out the courses on my sheet. So then it's what? Go ahead.
Well, I thought that what was really key about that paper you had up was that it goes hand in hand with the weekly paper. Were you going to share that?
Yeah, I wasn't today because I felt like it was too much, but yes, we're going to go ahead.
Okay. Well, we had already in our time management class, we had talked about on Thursday or Friday, taking the time to plan out what we were going to do the following week. And they created a weekly planner kind of paper that would be a perfect template for that kind of thing. And what they do is they get out all their boxes of the client files, right? And you just go through them. She has one for the first 90 days. So that's going to be relatively small compared to the full customer list that you have. And just go through those and look at each one, like where am I with this person? And that's how you create your to-do list for this coming week. So.
And I do love that. And I talked a little bit about that on Monday night. So I do love the weekly planning and making our lives organized, setting intentions at the end of the week. Here's who I will contact and what I will do next week, and then setting blocks of times for it. So, yep. Thanks, Leanne. Okay, and then the other thing on this page talks about hosting a class, making sure that you've gotten them taken care of with the details, their referrals and people that you followed up with. And then I love that there's a business consultant section so that we can think of every customer as the possibility on if they are ready to enroll or to do the business. And then I just wanted to say a couple of things that we talked about with businessy things. I have spent 8 years talked to a few people about the business, but I have not even gotten in the habit. Like Leanne is such a great mentor for you, Cleveland and Rhonda and Patty, when you're listening to this, because she reaches out about the business to everyone. And at this retreat, I found it is true. Leanne, it's so close to true. And compared to me, it is true. So they gave me some words that felt so comfortable that I feel like I can say it now to everyone. I also feel the energy of the business and the compensation plan, and having heard all the stories this weekend about there's nothing else out there like doTERRA. And I'm like, why am I being quiet? There's nothing else out there like doTERRA. We need to share that. And I've always had a hard time even saying, would you be interested in making an income with doTERRA? For me, I'm just so about helping people that the making the income for me right now is still not why I'm doing it. I just love what I do. But Chloe came up with saying, one of the ladies at the retreat, are you interested in learning about doing what I do? And to me, that kind of took out, I'm making an income, even though I'll mention that in my closing statement. When I'm individually talking to somebody, if I want to say, are you interested in learning about doing what I do? To me, that's me. And you get to figure out what's right for you to say. But I think I'm going to have a lot easier time talking to people about that. And my list has really grown of people I want to say that to now. And so on my schedule for end of the week, for the new week, will be, here's the people I want to contact about the oils. Here's the people I want to contact about the business. That will make me do it. And so we've got to have that planning session at the end of the week. And with this form will really help so that we can then follow up and start inviting more, both to classes and to the business.
Can
Okay.
I get the link to that page?
Yep. I'm going to send you a link to both of them. The one I talked about on Monday night, that'll give you a way to lay out the next week, as well as the one we just talked about. I might send you one more too, and I'll send it to all of you guys. I'll probably send it in an email. That'll be easy.
Awesome.
Do you guys have any thought processes? What time of week will you plan the next week? Going to get you to commit.
Yeah, mine's on Thursday.
Say it again, Leanne.
Right now, mine is on Thursdays.
Okay.
Mine is on Wednesday.
So you're planning your next week on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes I just plan like 3 days ahead because honestly, it's very unpredictable. So
I'm going to try and encourage you, Cleveland, to get it to be predictable. And I know that's so hard with a family. It is so hard because you might say, I'm going to do it at this time every week, and that time goes out the window. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to do it at this time every week. And if that time doesn't work, I will do it at 9 o'clock that night. No matter what I'm doing, boom, I'm leaving, going to my closet and doing it, whatever it takes, so that you know what you're going to do the next week. I was going to make mine Friday, but it looks like I think I'll try and do it on Friday. And I'm going to do it on Friday. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to say, when are you going to do it? So I need to say it too. I'm going to do it at Friday at 10 in the morning. And that's right for me. I think maybe we lost Leanne. I think she probably had to get out for her appointment or something, but Leanne does it on Thursday.
All right.
Bye. We love you. Oh, maybe she's just in the parking lot.
Oh. Yeah.
You look like you're locking up, so we thought you were leaving.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Cleveland.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Cleveland and I can work together.
That would be good.
Oh.
That would be good. Cleveland, if you did it on Wednesday, what time of day would be good for you?
am I planning for next week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do that like later at night, honestly. Like I have a lot of free time when everyone else has gone to sleep.
Yes.
When Adina's asleep, when Michael's asleep, when Roshane is asleep, it's a lot easier for me to get things done, to focus and get it done. So honestly, I do it like between 9:30 to like 11:30.
Okay. So I'm going to challenge you to say, is today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Tonight, you're going to do it. And if you don't get it done on Wednesday night, when is your alternative time going to be?
I'll get Wednesday night, probably Saturday morning.
Not Thursday night?
If it's
Are you going to do it twice a week? Or are you going to do it once a week?
I said it kind of just depends on how things go, because I can plan for the week, but then like midweek something happens and then I have to change and rearrange things. So I really just try to do three days at a time, with one day in between with me just like.
Okay, so let's put Wednesday night at 9:30 and Saturday morning at what time?
Saturday morning at 11:30.
Okay, those need to go into your books and say, those are my planning times. I'm going to plan the next few days on Wednesday. On Saturday, I'm going to plan the next few days. And if you miss it, do everything you can to make it up as soon as possible so that you can keep those days moving forward.
Will do.
We've got to plan it out. Okay. I think we've had a good discussion for this morning. And I have one more thing to tell you guys. And Leanne, I hope you can still hear. I heard back from the Dell Diamond guy yesterday. He told me in person that the tables would be around 75. And I thought that was okay because he didn't commit to a number. He said, I'll have to get back to you. And so I thought, oh man, if it's 100, that's going to be really hard. He got back to me yesterday and said $500.
What?
And I
That's
said,
a big jump from 75. I'm sorry, what?
excuse me? And that includes that you will do 6 tables for $3,000 and pay that up front. And I said,
Wow.
what happened to the 75 and you'll get back to me that you said at my house? And he said, oh, you must have misunderstood.
All right. I gotta go, guys. Bye.
Bye, Leanne.
And I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm texting him at this time and I'm like, I can't even imagine what business could spend 2 hours at a booth and make back $500 to give up of their profit to actually make a profit.
Oh,
and,
no.
and he didn't respond. I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to think. It just really made me sad. So
That's a huge jump from 75. Literally.
and he said I misunderstood him and that he didn't say that. And I'm like, oh. Anyway, I'm just sad. So that's kind of gone out the door, but we're going to find other options and possibilities. I had really great plans for that too. My plan was going to be no booth items, just put kits and have enrollment forms.
Yeah.
That was going to be my idea. Just to try it, just to see what happens. But yeah, can't afford it at $500.
Speaking of which, and that's badly gone already, but I'm pretty sure the Kalahari market opens again in March.
Okay.
So I will have to get with Azina and see when it starts exactly, but I think it's right at spring break. It's when it begins.
Okay.
So
I
I love
I
going
know
to
you love-
Kalahari.
I know. I would love for when we're all on to have a discussion about why we do booths and are we moving forward. Personally, I've done 2 booths in the last little while and I had such a frustrating experience. I made good connections at a couple of them, but I had a hard time hearing
Oh
the
yeah.
person and having a conversation. And the whole thing is about creating a relationship with them. And yet there's good things about it. I think our focus has got to be making a connection to then further help the person. Not, hey, sell this and sell this and sell this. And I know we need to make back the booth fee. So I know that's necessary, but we've just got to focus on what we do with that and focus on making a relationship with people.
Well, the reason I like Kalahari is because we're exposed to so many different people. Like we get people that don't know anything about essential oils. We get people who are well versed in what essential oils are, but they've just had bad experiences, or they actually have been a part of doTERRA. They are members, but they're just not actively buying. So it gives us a great opportunity to kind of push them to buy things. But yeah, I guess it would be a great thing now that we've experienced a whole season at Kalahari. It would be good to kind of restructure the way we were there.
Focus and not so much stuff so that you're not having to lug, but just here's what we're going to set out. Maybe a kit or 2 with an enrollment form, see how it happens. You never know. And
Yeah.
And my thought, the thing I was going to do at Dell, I was going to have my spirals there. And if you enroll, you get a book, you'll get a wellness consult from me. I'll do an iToby scan on you when I come. Just here's the things you get on a list. Here's the things you get when you enroll. So that, hey, if they're ready and they say, hey, here's my credit card, let's do it. You're done.
Yeah, and that's kind of the downside of Kalahari is that we can't really do that there because we can't have anything that says doTERRA on it, which is why we have like the little oils and every last season whenever I think it was towards the end of the booths, one of the last ones I participated in, we had a bunch of deep blue minis. And I had sampled her the oil and everything else, but she was really interested in the mini, but I wasn't supposed to pull it out. And she was like, you know what? Just give me 3 of them. And I was like, I want to sell this to you, but I'm not supposed to. And so like I looked around and I was like, okay, just sell this to you, but please don't pull it out. Please don't tell anybody that I gave you this because
Oh
I
my
don't want to get in trouble.
goodness. Okay, I didn't realize that at Kalahari. All right.
Yeah, Kalahari,
Hard.
they got onto us about not having anything that is MLM. So like we can't really display anything,
Yeah.
which is why we had the forums for appointments
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Because that was what helped us. And I'm still contacting people. I'm still going through the list of people that I've met there.
Okay.
I'm still like, there's some that right off the bat, I knew that they were gonna be good for it. I just knew that it was all about timing. So it's like I've been checking in on them every few weeks. I see how they're doing. I see like I've slowly but surely been establishing a relationship with them, but I'm getting there to the point where I know that they're ready for everything that we offer that'll change their lives. It just
Okay, we got to think of the way to approach it if you can't do doTERRA, because everything I've learned in a booth is if you let a week go by, they forget who you are. Not that we aren't memorable, but the excitement was there because they were there. The excitement was, ooh, I really want this stuff. And you really have to create a relationship or get with them as soon as possible. And yeah, I know what that's like. Okay, we're going to keep working on it. We're going to fine tune it. But thanks for getting on. And we'll see you at the class in a couple hours.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.